First onto the parade square will be the A class, followed by the B, followed by the others in alphabetical order. A fine bunch of people, you must agree. You probably won't recognise any of them now. Haircuts, smartly pressed uniforms, bull boots and clean shoes. The officers in front of each class are the drill prefects, further identifiable by the red lanyards. They're responsible for the general deportment of the class in the absence of the class trainers and drill instructor. The drill sergeant for today's parade is Sergeant Roger Wood from the West Midlands Police. The leader of the colour party today is Sergeant Mark Julian, assisted by PC David Rowley from Staffordshire, PC Michael Healy from Leicestershire, PC Andrew Pollock from Nottinghamshire,
Stand up! Standard! Is up!
The inspecting party are now speaking to PC Anthony Louch from the Nottinghamshire Police. The officer with the centre standard is PC Michael Healy from Leicestershire. He served in the Royal Marines, 42nd Commando, and saw service in the Falklands campaign. This is PC David Rowley from Staffordshire. Previously served in the Royal Air Force for 5 years. Moving on now to the leader of the colour party, Sergeant Mark Julian from the Lincolnshire Police. He has 18 years police service and was previously served as a sergeant at Boston. Moving on now to the left of the parade square. This is Inspector Michael Maiden. He's from the Derbyshire Constabulary. This is Sergeant Robert Bird from the West Midlands Police. He has 11 years service and previously served at Bromford Lane in Birmingham. This is Sergeant Doug Hall from the West Midlands Police. He's 12.5 years service, previously based at Coventry. This is Sergeant Ian Cork from the Lincolnshire Police. Due to leave the centre today is Sergeant Paul Gosling from the Northamptonshire Police. He has 12 years service and his secondment ends today. He previously served at the centre as a police trainer from January 85 to April 87, and we wish you well in the future, Paul. The inspecting party are now moving on to inspect the A class. This is the drill prefect from the A class, PC David Richardson from the Lincolnshire Police. He has 17 years service in the army to his credit and is a married man who, when he leaves the centre, will be posted to Grantham. Susan Gopsill from the Staffordshire Police. She lives on Burton-on-Trent and was a police cadet in the Staffordshire Police. This is Maria Trickett from the West Midlands Police. WPC Jane Tooley from the A class was the top overall student for course of 389. She's from Leicestershire. The inspection party are now moving on to inspect the B class. The drill prefect for the B class is Paul Whitley from Leicestershire. On leaving the centre, he'll be taking up a position at Beaumont Leys Police Station. He previously served in the Prince of Wales Own Regiment in Yorkshire for 11 years. This is Colin Mackey from the West Midlands Police. When he leaves the centre, he'll be stationed at Stetchford. His previous occupation was a warehouse manager. The inspection party are now inspecting the C class. The drill prefect for the C class is Christopher Andick from Northampton. He spent 14 years in the Royal Marines and has travelled extensively. When he leaves the centre, he'll be stationed at Kettering. This is Police Constable James Horn from Leicestershire. He spent 6 years in the Royal Army Medical Corps as a laboratory technician. When he leaves the centre, he'll be stationed at Colville. Moving on now to Maxine Pearson from Lincolnshire. She lives in Boston, and when she leaves the centre, will be stationed at Gainsborough. This is Carl Sturman from Northamptonshire. He spent 2 years Royal Military Police, and when he leaves the centre, he'll be stationed at Kettering. He's a married man and lives in Findon. This is Mark Holloway from the Warwickshire Police. He'll be stationed at Stratford-upon-Avon and also is a keen footballer. Moving on now to the D class. The drill prefect for the D class is Elwyn Hartley from Nottinghamshire. He's 33, a married man with a young son, and will be stationed at Arnold Police Station. He has 15 years military service and has done tours in Northern Ireland, Cyprus, Canada and Belize. This is Jane Bradley. She's 24 years of age from Nottinghamshire. Her previous occupation was a bank clerk, and when she leaves the centre she'll be stationed at Beeston Police Station. This is Nicola Cook from Leicestershire. She's 22 and will be stationed at Melton Mowbray. Moving on now to Ross Clark from the West Midlands Police. He's 25 years of age and on leaving the centre will be stationed at Belgrave Road Police Station. This is Charles Staniforth from Leicestershire. He's a married man with 3 children and will be stationed at Beaumont Leys Police Station. The inspection party are now moving on to the E-class, and the drill prefect for the E-class is Ken Sterling from the Warwickshire Police. He's 26 years of age and is due to get married in September. He lives in Southam and enjoys all sport. This is Jane Laycock from the West Midlands Police. She's 23 years old and comes from Staffordshire. When she leaves the centre, she'll be stationed at Bourneville Lane. Moving on now to Ian Hearn, who is the top academic and runner-up to the overall top student. He's from Northamptonshire and is 22 years of age. This is Richard Scott, again from the West Midlands Police. He's 22 years of age and on leaving the centre will be stationed at Fletch-Hampstead Police Station in Coventry. This is Paul Heathcote from Derbyshire. He's 22 years of age and lives in Buxton. This is Angela Donaldson from Northamptonshire. She lives in Daventry and was a front-line driver for the ambulance service. The inspecting party are now moving on to inspect the F-class. The drill prefect for the F-class is PC Russell from Northamptonshire. This is Rachel Earnshaw from Derbyshire. She's 19 years old. This is Jaswinder Singh Nagra from Leicestershire. When he leaves the centre, he'll be stationed at Syston. Last night at the dining-in night, the Commandant's Award for Endeavour. This is Richard Birkin. He's from the Staffordshire Police. He's 21 years old, and when he leaves the centre today will be stationed at Lichfield. This is Sally Groves from the West Midlands Police. She lives in Pershore in Worcestershire. Inspecting party are now moving on to inspect the G-class. The drill prefect for the G-class is Tom O'Connor. He's from Derbyshire, and when he leaves the centre, he'll be posted to Derby Central. Moving on now to Sharon James from the Lincolnshire Police. When she leaves the centre, she'll be stationed at Boston. Moving on now to Alison Farr, also from Derbyshire. She's 20 years of age. Moving on now to Sean Dodders from Nottinghamshire. He's 21. This is Alison Wazikowska from the West Midlands Police. She's 22 years of age and her hometown is in Alfreton in Derbyshire. The inspection party are now moving on to inspect the H-class. The drill prefect for the H-class is Paul Hodkin from Nottinghamshire. He's 27 years of age. This is Pat Stretton from the Leicestershire Police. Prior to joining the police service, she was a factory supervisor. Moving on now to Gareth Edwards from the Lincolnshire Police. He's 24 years of age and on leaving the centre will be stationed at Gainsborough. Moving on now to Janet Williams from the West Midlands Police. When she leaves the centre, she'll be stationed at Solihull. Moving on now to Mark Warner from Northamptonshire. He's a married man and on leaving the centre will be stationed at Northampton. His previous occupation was a furniture warehouseman.
Touch of marching! By the city! Quick, march!
Bearing in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that most students have never had any experience of drill before they came to the centre, I'm sure that by the end of this morning's parade You will be surprised at the standards that they have achieved.
Right and left, turn. By the right. No! Ah!
I'm delighted to see so many of guests here, both official guests and family ones, because both those groups are vital to a police officer. The former to give advice and support, and the latter in sharing the life and its problems and frustrations, antisocial hours, and providing encouragement, support, and cheerfully putting up with the unsociable job that you have got. May I, on behalf of myself, as well as your students and guests, thank you, Commandant, and your staff for the excellent arrangements for the day. Even the weather, because I'm the only one who's likely to suffer seriously if it's hot. May I also thank the instructors for making the whole thing possible in the first place. And I'm sure the students would join me on that. But I said to keep it short, I'll try to do so. I'm just going to leave you with 4 points to ponder. I was very pleased to find recently there has been a considerable argument, mostly among police officers, as to whether you're a service or a force. And long may you continue to argue about that. Politicians and civil servants, the media, who know no better, being cursed with tidy minds, want to resolve it so they can put you tidily into a nice, neat little box. They can see only things black and white, never grey. And I firmly believe that you are both, in varying degrees. Certainly you're a service at all times. But and as often as it may be, that you have to be a force too, but preferably as little of it as is possible. My next point is detail, and no doubt you've had this chucked at you all through the course, attention to detail, etc., etc. I don't quite mean that. I mean little things, small incidents, small kindnesses, things that you and I call small, or think of as being small, to others may loom extraordinarily large. And the only caring is the key to this particular lock. Then a word on the meaning, despite many of us have suffered from the press. And they're suffering from their hands. I feel certain that you will feel with me it is all too easy to blame them and criticize them for all our ills. And up to a point, it's rightly so. There would be no harm if what has been done, if what had not been written or seen had not appeared in the press. And therefore, there would have been no harm done. But I do feel that they are largely responsible for reporting bad things only and never good, persistently quoting the particular as if it was the general, and in fact turning this country, into that trait, into a national one for us, because we all seem to be going along that road. Also, harm can be done by persistent unfair questioning designed to get interesting and damaging replies, irrespective of whether they're true or not. Quoting out of context, by misrepresentation of facts. All of this without adequate checking on the veracity. Though all this, in fact, I'm afraid does happen, I think we should ask ourselves, is it their fault or only their misfortune? And as sailors would have it, time and tide wait for no man. And in this highly excessive competition world that they live in, time has become their master, as indeed has money.